Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'll be doing some propagation. I'll be doing some cuttings on Japanese maple. And propagation by cuttings should be done in spring after the first flush elongated and hard enough. I got these seedlings back this year in late winter. It came from another state where the weather was cold, and when it came here was already hot, so I guess the difference of temperature promoted the growth earlier than the other ones that I have, and I think it's the right time to do some trimming because I didn't touch the seedlings. I just did the composition and planted it, and I knew that I had a lot of branches that I wouldn't be using, but since cutting it back, I'm doing something that I regret. I didn't have the knowledge to do in my first years, and I'm not going to waste the cuttings. I'm actually going to use them. Over the last years, I tended to be a little more selective in terms of species. I got some Japanese maples that were just regular common Acer palmatum, and the leaves are larger. In this case, these seedlings are really good quality. I don't remember the name of the variety, but they are a small leaf variety, and I think that I really want to start with this particular variety, and be a little more selective on the quality of the cuttings that I'm trying to do. It's my second year doing cuttings. I learned a little bit about it from different professionals. I'm not sure if it's exactly how I'm going to do it, but I did have success, and because I had success, I think it's the right time to show you what I've been doing. So first off, I got to talk about soil. I use soil that, if I had 100% Akadama on a dimension of 1/16 of an inch, that's what I would be using, and I used that before. I don't have any more, but I do have a soil that I recycled from repotting. I actually baked this soil to sterilize, and I got this 1/20 of an inch to 1/16 mix of lava rock, Akadama. I'm judging that it's at least 50% Akadama, and a few little things that I don't know, but I think it has quality enough for cuttings. And you might criticize me for that. Oh, why are you using such expensive soil? Because in the end it's 50% Akadama. Well, I would use 100% Akadama if I could, because what I want is quality cuttings. I want fine root production, and Akadama is what will make that possible. If I can get fine production immediately from the beginning, you'll have probably more fine roots, more of a radial fine root spread, and then as it grows, it develops, and you have a beautiful Navari. If we're going to use potting soil or anything else, hey, it could work. I just don't want to have 2 or 3 main roots and then a poor Navari in the future. But we work with what we have, and I had this, and I think it worked very well. So let's start. So I fill up, and I can show you soil, basically lava rock and Akadama. I don't know if it's very easy to see. I use this I don't know, propagation thing. I fill it up, and what I want to do first is actually water the soil, get it nice and wet. And the reason why I'm watering first is very simple, is that I want the soil to have all the moisture already, all the water already, so that when I put the cutting with the root hormone, I'm not watering after and diluting that root hormone that would flow down, and it doesn't have a function anymore, right? It disappears. So that's exactly what I'll be doing. Watering it, and then I'll open holes with a thickness, with a, it's actually a kebab stick that is the thickness of the branches that I'll be cutting. I'll open a hole, and I'll be opening a hole about an inch deep, inch and a half, to about middle of the pot, so that it doesn't get that dryness in the future of the surface soil, and it's deep enough but not so deep that the roots, when it develop, they're already in the bottom. So I want to be really accurate in the depth that I'm going to make up on the hole where the cutting is going to go. All right, so let's water the situation here. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for a second. And if you saw me, I lifted the pot. And the reason I lifted the pot is that even though I sifted that soil very well, there's only that little dust that remains. And I kind of wanted to see the brownish of the dust coming out until the water gets clear. So that tells me that the dust was removed. And now I only have the soil with the dimensions that I was talking about. Another thing is about the right time. I always have an eye on the weather prediction, on the 2 weeks weather prediction. And 2 weeks is basically what it takes for a cutting to start producing roots. So I want to really make sure that it's the right time. What happens is that I'm in California, in the San Fernando Valley. It's super hot. Temperatures already reached over 80, almost 90 Fahrenheit. And today was the first day that it went down. It's about 60s, 55 to 70 Fahrenheit. And during 3 days, it's not going to go over 65. So I have this small window of 3 days, and then it's going to go back up to 80s. So I'll have to protect my cuttings from that heat. This is a forest that I'm attempting. It was planted, as I said, back in late winter. And I'm going to be cutting back, and whatever I cut, I'll be taking for cuttings. One of the things about cuttings is that you want to be very clean in your cut. You want to have your tools clean. So I'm going to spray with Lysol, disinfecting. You want the scissors to be sharp and free of fungus and all those things. And you want to be fast. I mean, you don't have to be like a Superman fast, but the least time the cuttings are out without having a soil to control moisture and all that, the better. This might take a while, so I might just put this in a, I'm going to put this in a time lapse until I have all the cuttings, and then we'll talk a little more. Alright, so I did the cuttings. I have a lot more than I bargained for. I don't even have enough to plant them, to be honest. I am not really chopping this to the top. I'm just letting the upper shoots grow because I want to create some thickness, but at the same time I want to trim, get light inside there to promote the growth inside and the branching. Just notice this, selecting a little branches that I want according to this forest composition. and removing lateral branching that creates inverse taper, but not removing too much because this is fairly recent composition that I want to get exploding growth. And now I'm going to open the holes, as I said, inch and a half, a little bit above the middle of the pot, and I open the hole. I'm using a Clonex, and it's a gel root hormone. Ideally, you should use gloves when dealing with hormones, but I'm a little careless. Now, I have most success with 6 inches to 8 inches of cuttings. I'm going to be trying a few different things here. Also, in general, you'd be using softwood cuttings, which is the growth from that season, and this is already from previous seasons. So I'm going to do a little bit of an experience, but let's just say that it's soft cuttings, growth from that season only, and hey, I'll see what happens. Normally I leave just about 4 leaves in a cutting. Again, I'm going to do a little bit of an experience and see how it goes, but just keep that in mind. It might not go well, but I'll post the results after. I'm going to clean up the base from shoots. I'm going to give it a clean, straight cut right under the node. If you see, let's see, over there, there's a node, and I'm cutting right below it, straight and sharp. And I'm gonna leave this much for a mess. I'm gonna dip it in my hormones. You shouldn't be doing this. If you use root hormones, do it, pass it to a container, and then dip it. Normally, yeah, that's normally how you should do it, so that it avoids contaminations and all that. When I put it until it touches the bottom, and then I'll just press a little bit of the soil to get it nice and comfy, touching the cut section. Over here we still have some hardwood in the bottom, and I'm gonna cut that hardwood. I'm gonna be using only the softwood, and on this one I'm going to cut this one, and I'm going to leave only 2 sets of leaves and see the results. Touching the bottom of the hole that I made. There we go. Again on the node. Here. I'll leave a few more leaves on this one. Yes, I'm going to try a little thicker. See how it goes. This one is softwood, growth from this year. I'm gonna leave 4 sets of leaves. That's what I've been having most success with. And put there. This way next year I'll know exactly what I did right and I did wrong, or in the following couple months maybe. As you can see, from one branch cut only, I already have 6 done there, and I kind of regret not having more of these, so I think I'm going to be doing some doubles, some twins, I don't know. I'm only scaling the apex because I don't want to focus on the apex, on the growth. I want to focus on root production.
And those are hardwood, this is softwood, so let's do one of each. Softwood actually. Starts about there, 4 leaves. 4 leaves. It's really short internodes on this variety. It's so incredible.
And when I do the cut, apart from being on the lower part of the internode, I'm not touching it with my hands. I'm just cleaning it sharp, dipping in hormone, putting it in the soil without touching the soil too much. We really don't want to damage the cellular mass. I'm gonna do this one by itself. It's a soft cutting. I think it's going to be the most likely to take. So wow, I really have so much that it's breaking my heart not to do a few more containers. And I still have another forest that I need to trim back. So problem is that I don't have enough soil. Although I do have a Kadama 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch, and when I think about this, I really might consider that. I'm going to use that 16 to 8 of an inch of Akadama, and I'm going to do more. But I'll end this video here. I'm just going to say one more thing. I'm going to try and use a new product that's supposed to help with the roots promotion, and it's called Rhizotonic. This is by Kana. I bought it on Amazon. And what this does is normally it's actually put on the as a watering in a watering way, but I was told, and this is because I had a California juniper that is old, that I need to recover the root mass, that will help promote the roots if I spray it. So I'll be actually misting this with that solution, and let's see, this is all of an experience. Let's see what happens. So no more watering for the next probably 1 week to 2 weeks. This will be kept under the benches. And the very important thing is that I'll be misting twice a day, so that in this first couple weeks the leaves don't dehydrate. Just going to be showing you how it looks like and what I've done before as well. Alright, here's the cuttings after misting. Right behind, actually have a Shimpaku cuttings and Fuemina juniper cuttings that I've done recently. And these are the hardwood cuttings I actually did in the winter or in the end of the fall. And so far I lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of all these. The other ones don't seem dry. A few already lifted out, and the other ones look like they are about to. Let's hope that they all do. I don't know, I'll do a count and see how successful I was. These ones, which ones those? These ones are softwood cuttings that I've done in last spring, and they have roots already repotted in a bigger pot, and they are coming out. So it's possible. Don't waste your cuttings. Use as much as you can. You'll see that it's a lot of fun, and you'll be saving money in the future. You guys have a great day. Thank you for watching.